وَالسَّابِحَاتِ سَبْحًا. Then you have those angels that are running around the universe, and they're able to do whatever they want. They do whatever they want. And whatever they are doing, ultimately remember, they are doing upon the instruction of Allah. Allah Ta'ala ne hukum diya hai ki tum zameen o asmaan mein chal phir sakte ho. You can go, you can roam. And this is why ulama have described at a time a person can have up to 7 to 11 angels around him at any one given time. Har insan ke saath, with me, with you, with every person, potentially between 7 to 11 types of angels can be with you at every given time. Har lamha itne farishte saath ho sakte hain. And I'll give you a few examples. One is of course kiraman katibin. Ye do farishte hain jo kandhon par baithe hain. For every one of us. Kiraman katibin ya'lamuna ma taf'alun. They document every little you do. Everything is being documented. Ye do farishte ho. Then as soon as you were born, hadith describes that upon your birth, Allah creates a jinn and Allah creates an angel. The jinn instructs you to do wrong, and he's the shaitan. You know, min sharri al-waswas al-khannas alladhi yuwaswisu fi sudurin nas. That khannas which does waswasa in your heart, fi sudurin nas, that is that shaitan which was created as soon as you were born. And at the same time, there's an angel that was created as well. And that angel is the one that's always instructing you towards goodness, towards piety. Ay insan, neek amal kar, neek amal kar. Your time you just sat there, nothing. And suddenly you just feel like, you know what, I feel like giving some charity. Hua kuch nahi hai. Koi bayan nahi suna. You've not seen any documentary or any advert regarding a human appeal or some appeal taking place. Oh, baithe. Yeah, dil karta hai koi do nafal padhe. Dil cha raha hai ki I read some Quran. I just feel like, you know, reading some tasbihah. Dil karta hai aaj koi durud pak padhe. I mean, where did this sudden need and encouragement towards salawat or khairat or sadaqat came? Where did it come from? It was the angel which whispers, "Ya, do something good. Pray to nafal. A bit of salawat, you're free." And maybe you're just walking by, you see a tasbih on the floor, you picked it up and you were going to hang it. But before you hung it, you say, okay, you know what, I'm char tasbih padi lu, pad ke phir wahan rakha. Where did that need, where did that encouragement suddenly come from? And then at times, on the contrary, you sat there, kuch bhi nahi. Baithe bure khayalat, gande khayalat aa rahe. Baithe you're thinking, you know, I could trouble him, I could have done this, I could do this to him. Which hona chahiye. Where is that coming from? That is that khannas. Alladhi yuwaswisu fi sudurin nas. And then of course you have min al-jinnati wan nas. Those could be humans, it could be the jinnat as well. You have that jinn. Hadith describes that when you recite Ayatul Kursi, Allah Rabbul Alamin appoints an angel which actually sits there to defend you, protect you. When you recite the dua of Safar, Subhanalladhi sakhara lana hadha wa ma kunna lahu muqrinina wa inna ila rabbina lamunqalibun. Allah Rabbul Alamin appoints an angel over your vehicle of transport, whether it's an animal, whether it's a car, it's a plane, it's a train. That angel protects that vehicle from any damage and any accidents. You read that dua. Fifth angel with you. And if you're sleeping on board of that plane, for example, and before you went to sleep, you read Bismika Allahumma amutu wahya. Ye dua padhkar aankh lag gayi safar ke duran. Hadith paak mein Allah Ta'ala farishta bhejta hai jo tumhari khidmat mein rehta hai. There's an angel that's there in your service throughout the entire night, protecting you from all evil at night. And these are angels, wasabihati sabha, that are roaming the earth. And whenever you do these little subtle du'as you recite, choti du'ain hai. You know, in our madrasa, we have a Salam dua book. At the end, there are 17 masnoon du'as. We teach as a madrasa in our syllabus, every child must know the 17 masnoon du'as as young as 5 years of age. 17 du'ain hai, masnoon du'ain. And these are those masnoon du'as that constantly keep you in a state of dhikr. You look at the mirror, you're reading Allahumma hassanta khalqi fahassin khuluqi. Ye dua hai. It's a sunnah dua. You're stepping into the bathroom, then you sing Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-khubuth wal khaba'ith. You step out, alhamdulillah alladhi adhaba anni al-adha wa afani. You're stepping into the house and you're reading Bismillah walajna wa Bismillah kharajna wa ala Allahi rabbina tawakkalna. You leave the house, you're saying Bismillah tawakkaltu ala Allah. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. You eat food, before you eat food, when you forget to say Bismillah. So many du'as. Every dua Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has taught us. And guess what the blessing is? जब इंसान इन छोटी छोटी दुआओं को मसनून दुआओं को पढ़ता है ना, Allah Rabbul Alameen sends an angel which then blesses that good deed you're about to do. وَالسَّابِحَاتِ سَبْحًا. Ayah number 3. You have those malaika which are roaming the earth. So whenever I read or you read a short dua, the angel becomes present. I've been summoned, I've been called upon. So the angel comes down into your khidmah. Gee, I'm here for you. When you enter into the masjid, hadith described, you are here, darasul rahe, alhamdulillah. All your focus attention is here on the daras, on the screen. You listen to these words. But whilst you sat here, you are not aware. Allah Rabbul Alameen has appointed an angel to come down and perform rak'at for you for the duration you're here. वो फरिश्ता नफल अदा कर रहा है क्योंकि आप यहाँ मस्जिद में मौजूद हैं. There's another angel which is sat here on your behalf reciting astaghfirullah, 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 ताकि आपके गुनाहों की मग़फ़िरत होती रहे क्योंकि आप मस्जिद में वक्त गुजार रहे हैं. You're here listening to the daras and all these things are happening in the background. Angels are doing all of this for you. इसलिए ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा वक्त मस्जिद में गुजारें. Spend more and more time in the masjid. And especially when you get opportunities of dars. Whether it's a hadith dars Imam Sahib does on a Sunday, I believe. Whether it's this one or the durus. Take every opportunity to spend time in the masjid. Because these are the hubs of Allah's rahmah and nur in the society, in our community. This is the hub of barakah. So when you come here, Allah, just today we had Sheikh Muhammad Al-Yaqubi at Central Mosque Manchester. And subhanAllah, he was saying that when you come to the masjid, you feel better. Why do you feel better? Because you spend time directly taking from the nur of the angels around you. Those angels, that nur you're taking with you when you leave the house of Allah. So when we say we have tribulations in our lives, बड़े मसाइल हैं, बड़ी मुश्किलात हैं. क्यों मुश्किलात हैं? Because you're void of the nur of Allah. And where is the nur of Allah found? It's found in the house of Allah. Yahan se nur hasil hota hai. See, I really frown upon those, type of organizations and programs which are constantly held in big wedding halls and in venues. Yar Allah ki rahmat, Allah ke ghar mein hai. Not in those venues. अगर शादी भी करनी है तो मस्जिद में निकाह रखा जाए ताकि उस ब्याह में उस नए रिश्ते में उसका आगाज ही अल्लाह के घर से हो. यार खुद सोचे अगर जिस रिश्ते का आगाज अल्लाह के घर से होगा उसमें कितनी बरकत होगी. And unfortunately we've left this custom. The Hindus, the Jews, the Sikhs. I've got a Sikh temple just across the road, on my road. All the weddings take place in that temple. Christians, they hold their nikah in churches. Jews do in their synagogues. अगर कोई नहीं करता तो सिर्फ मुसलमान नहीं करते. ऐसा ही है ना? It's really unfortunate. All the nur, now وَالسَّابِحَاتِ سَبْحًا. You have these roaming angels. And the focus point of all of the nur of the malaika in every society, in every community are the houses of Allah. Masajid of Allah. The stronger our relation becomes with the masjid, the stronger your relationship becomes with those angels that live inside this masjid. ये भी बड़ी कमाल की बात है. Ulama describe, जब कोई ऐसा नमाजी हो who's read all his life, he's a regular namazi in the masjid. When he passes away, the malaika that became friends with this soul, they actually cry on your behalf. They attend your janaza. Kyun? Because they've now established a relationship with you. When that person or that Haji Sahib or that Namazi passes away, leaves from this dunya, those malaika are constantly doing istighfar for you. These are the benefits of us touching yourself to the masjids. You build those relations with the angels recognize you and they look out for you. And when you're not there, they pray on your behalf. Ye bhi badi kamal ki baat hai. For any reason, you are pakka magasran and you should always have a practice in your life. एक मिजाज होना चाहिए कि कम से कम एक नमाज दिन में अल्लाह के घर में अदा करें. At least one salah I'm going to do in the masjid, in the house of Allah. The rest I'll do at home, but just one I'm going to do here. That day when you're not able to make it, you had an appointment, or you were out of the city, and you were not there, that angel performs salah on your behalf so that your routine is not broken. ताकि वो routine ना खत्म हो. You get that reward. And then the hadith very clearly says, somebody who had a routine of doing any good deed, एक नेकी ऐसी उसने पक्की कर ली थी. Every day he will do, let's say, one juz of the Quran, or he'll do 100 salawat, or perform one salah at least in the masjid every day. When you leave this dunya, Allah Rabbul Alameen creates an angel for you. His task is to, till the day of judgment, to continue that good deed on your behalf. وَالسَّابِحَاتِ سَبْحًا. These are those angels. We're talking about the different duties that angels are performing. These are the duties they perform. And these are the benefits of attaching yourself to the houses of Allah, that you gain that spiritual support from this spiritual realm which you and I cannot see. And the tranquility and the peace you take from the house of Allah is what illuminates your heart throughout the evenings and throughout difficulties. فَالسَّابِقَاتِ سَبْقًا. And then you have those angels that beat each other in attaining the reward. Ab kayi aise a'mal hain, there's so many types of deeds that when you do, the angels fight between themselves. They actually struggle between themselves. No, I'm going to take this deed and I'm going to take it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then I'm going to go, no, it's my turn. They fight to grab that deed and take it to Allah and say, Ya Rab, your slave has done this good deed. And they present in the court of Allah. And if I'm not wrong, there are three which I remember on the night of Mi'raj, when Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam passed through Sidratul Muntaha, went beyond creation, and was in the proximity of Allah, how him, the Rasul and Allah knows best. In that proximity, Allah Rabbul Alameen asked the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, did you hear what the angels were arguing about? And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam responded, Ya Rab, I wasn't able to focus, but you inform me. What were the angels arguing about? कुछ फरिश्ते थे जो आपस में झगड़ा कर रहे थे. There were few angels that were arguing between themselves. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam saw them and passed by. And when he went beyond the low tree into what we know as to be as nothing, for Allah and His Rasul know best where he went. But he was in the proximity of Allah Rabbul Alameen. Allah asked, did you hear the angels? Did you see the argument they were having? No. Ya Rab, you inform me. They were arguing between themselves upon who should go and grab the good deed. And Allah Rabbul Alameen said, one of those good deeds, one of those types of deeds is when a person is ill and he's struggling to make wudu, yet he gets up and makes wudu and performs his salah. The angels fight between themselves that regardless of this struggle, he still made wudu and performed in salah. I'm going to take this deed to Allah Rabbul Alameen. मैंने जाके बताना है कि ये फलां बंदे ने ये नेक अमल किया. And then that person who sits in the house of Allah and he's waiting for the next salah. नमाज अदा कर ली है, अब मस्जिद में बैठा इंतजार में है कि अगली नमाज कब आएगी. That duration that you sat there waiting for the next salah, and your heart is content with Allah, and it's waiting. The soul is waiting कब अगला मौका मिलेगा कि मैं दोबारा सजदे में मर जाऊं? When is a moment come when I will do sajda again, and you're sat in the house of Allah waiting for the next salah? The angels fight between themselves. As soon as you do the good deed, let me grab it and take it to Allah. I'm going to take it. मैं लेकर जाऊंगा. These rewards you only get when you come in the house of Allah. और आदत बनानी चाहिए कि नमाज में अगर आप आए, like many brothers I've just seen, they've come in at 8:30 and they've come in 20 minutes before Maghrib namaz. अब ये जो वक्त आपने मस्जिद में गुजारा है 20 मिनट. As soon as you finish your Maghrib Salah, the angels are going to be fighting between themselves. I'm going to take this good deed. ये नेकी मैंने लेकर जाके दिखानी है. That this individual has done this good deed. So make a practice. When you do come to Salah, jaldi aaya kar. Come a bit early. Whatever you're doing at home, I'm sure you can postpone, or I'm sure you can turn the show off, or turn the mobile, put the mobile away. Get ready 10 minutes earlier. Come into the masjid and just spend 10 minutes in the first row. And see how that brings barakah into your life. So these angels are fighting between themselves. Allahu Akbar. And there are so many examples from the hadith literature where the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Sahaba kiram, ek sahabi Rasul de namaz mein, Sami Allahu liman hamida, Rabbana lakal hamdu hamdan kathiran tayyiba. He said these three words. जब नबी ने सलात वसलाम नमाज खत्म की, अस्सलाम वालेकुम रहमतुल्लाह, अस्सलाम वालेकुम रहमतुल्लाह, turn around. Who said these words in namaz? Lakal hamdu hamdan kathiran tayyiba. And this Sahabi thought, pakde gaye, looks like I'm doing something wrong. Yeah, I've said something above the norm. Because we recite Rabbana lakal hamd and that's it. He continues lakal hamdu hamdan kathiran tayyiba. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked, who was it? Ya Nabi Allah, myself. Farmaya, these few words you've just recited, angels are fighting between themselves. They want to go to Allah Rabbul Alameen and say, this individual said these three words of praise in namaz. Allahu Akbar. Like this, you have so many examples in hadith where you do particular deeds. It doesn't have to be documented in hadith, or doesn't have to have any sound, riwayat and sanads and everything. There are many deeds that you do at times that Allah Rabbul Alameen accepts. Instantly, malaika become aware. Now they fight between them. I want to go present this deed to Allah Rabbul Alameen. إِسْرِيَ لِيُرُوا أَعْمَالَهُمْ فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَى. You should never shy away from doing good deeds. You never know which deed will become the deed which will be the means for your forgiveness on the day of judgment. Never leave a good deed thinking is very little, and never commit a sin thinking is very little as well. I repeat that again. Never leave a good deed thinking, it's a minor deed. Chota hi to hai, ye kya hai ji? I just picked up one small thing from the carpet of the masjid. Our tarbiyah that my father did, कि मस्जिद के कारपेट पर कोई छोटी भी चीज नजर आए ना, उठा लो. कम से कम 10 नेकियां तो मिलेंगी. और वो 10 नेकियां मस्जिद में की हैं, वो 270 बन जाएंगी. Because every good deed is timed by 27 when done in the masjid. Yeah. So just picking up one small little speck of dust from the carpet of the masjid, you get the reward of 270 good deeds. And imagine those khuddam of the masjid that carpet that hoover the masjid every day. Unhi kitna ajr sawab milta hai. Allahu Akbar. These are things we have to engage in and attach ourselves to the masajid of Allah. Kyun? Ulama, the awliya Allah described, when you engage in cleaning the masjid, the house of Allah, whether it's the carpets, whether it's the shoe area, it's a car park of the masjid, could even be the toilets of the masjid. Don't just wait for the caretaker or the responsible person in that duty to do it. Give him a hand, help him out. Come forward and do it. The awliya Allah described, when you engage in cleaning the masjids, the houses of Allah, Allah Rabbul Alameen cleanses the illnesses from your heart. तुम सफाई तो मस्जिद की कर रहे हो, पर हकीकत में दिल साफ हो रहा. You're cleaning your heart. Take part in these activities. Allahu Akbar. Because these angels, وَالسَّابِحَاتِ سَبْحًا فَالسَّابِقَاتِ سَبْقًا, they fight between themselves because they want to take this good deed. Because sabhi namaz ada karne aa rahe hain. That's nothing new for an angel. Everyone's giving sadaqah or putting some little bits in the masjid fund. Everyone is doing that. But the unique type of ibadat that you can try and find in the houses of Allah are those that are worthy of the angels fighting to take those to Allah Rabbul Alameen. فَالْمُدَبِّرَاتِ أَمْرًا. Ayah number 5. Then you have those angels that are fulfilling those core duties of the universe that they do. And what are those duties? Everything that you see that is happening in the universe, the running and everything that runs in balance, in coordinates, and nothing is out of balance in the universe, is because Allah Rabbul Alameen has appointed angels to perform those deeds. And only an angel can do something to perfection. Human can make error, machine can make error, AI will make errors, but an angel will never be wrong. An angel can never make an error. Why? Because فَالْمُدَبِّرَاتِ أَمْرًا, they are upon the instruction of Allah. They're programmed by Allah. See, robots, they're programmed by humans. They make mistakes, they trial and error in making a robot better and better and better. Hey, Allah Rabbul Alameen has programmed an angel. You do this deed, it's done to perfection straight away. This is the difference in Allah's creation. فَالْمُدَبِّرَاتِ أَمْرًا. Allahu Akbar. And then Allah Rabbul Alameen then moves on. I think it's best we stop here, this ayah number 5. Because the next discussion from ayah number 6 onwards starts to describe the state of affairs when the day of judgment starts to take place on dunya. Those last moments, when the entire universe will collapse, and the last very humans which will experience the starting of the day of judgment, when we talked about previously, where the skies will burst, everything in creation will be squashed together again, and the major final signs of the day of the last hour take place. Allah Rabbul Alameen gives an account of what the humans will experience that are alive at that very moment. And it's a very scary description. But this is the reality of which Allah Rabbul Alameen is describing to us, so we don't become negligent and heedless, thinking, "Ya abhi to bahut time hai ji. Qiyamah kisne dekhi hai ji? Come on, give me another 500-600 years at least." Allah Rabbul Alameen reminds you of these. That when it does happen upon those people, even they used to say, "Bada time pada hai ji." Allah Ta'ala ki tawfiq. Amin. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala Sayyidina Mawlana Muhammadin wa ala Sayyidina Mawlana Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Ma'adil al-judi wal karam wa alihi wa sahbihi wa barik wa sallim. Bari Ta'ala आज के दरस में जो सुनाया, जो सही कहा मौला उसे कबूल फरमा. अगर कहीं कोई गलती हुई तो मौला अपनी बारगाह से माफ़ी का तलबगार हूँ, मौला माफ़ फरमा. अगर कुछ में इसमें कोई नेकी का और नेक अमाल की तरफ रग़बत दिलाने का एक दरस दिया, मौला सबसे पहले मुझे और हम सबको उस पर अमल की तौफीक अता फरमा. Ya Rabbal Alameen, all those descriptions of the malaika, the angels, the descriptions of death and the grave and the moving of the soul around the barzakh and around the universe that we heard of, Ya Rabbal Alameen, allow us to experience a beautiful, painless death. Ya Rabbal Alameen, allow us to be amongst those that the angel of death comes in his most beautiful form. Allow us to be amongst those that we see the angel of death at a time when we are performing a good deed. Ya Rabbal Alameen, protect us from death at a time when we are indulged or we are engaging in a sin or in the wrong company. Ya Rabbal Alameen, अच्छी मौत अता फरमा. मौला किसी नेक अमल में मौत अता फरमा. नमाज की हालत में मौत अता फरमा. मस्जिद में बैठे हुए मौला मौत अता फरमाना. मौला वुज़ू की हालत में मौत अता फरमाना. ज़ह नसीब इहराम की हालत में मौत अता फरमाना. कहीं हज या उम्रा अदा करते हो तो मौला उस हालत में मौत अता फरमाना. मौला करीम, जब मौत आए तो लुक़्मा हलाल हमारे पेट में हो, लुक़्मा हराम से महफूज फरमा. मौला जब मौत आए तो पेट में ज़मज़म से ज़ह नसीब हो. मौला या रब्बल आलमीन, grant us a good death, because the hadith described innamal a'malu bil khawatim, that the way you die is the fashion in which you will be resurrected on the day of judgment. Ya Rabb, if I die in a sin, performing a sin, I will wake on the day of judgment performing, continuing that sin. Ya Rab, protect us from such a death. And if I die doing a good deed, then I will wake up on the day of judgment, continuing that good deed on the day of judgment. Ya Rab, bless every one of us with a good death. Bless our friends and families and our parents and our children with the same blessings as well. ربنا اتمم لنا نورنا واغفر لنا انك على كل شيء قدير. صلى الله تعالى على رسوله محمد وعلى اله وصحبه اجمعين. امين يا رب العالمين.